to turn. You don't know where to turn. I don't have to tell you about Gungo. I don't have to tell you about Chocho. You know about Chocho, Lady Jenny?
Yes, of course, I do.
Okay, right? I don't have to tell you about the cost of those things. And I'm going basic. We're not talking. Notice I didn't say chicken. You know? Notice I did not say fish. Notice I'm not calling those things. Because that's another story. I would not dare say mutton. Mutton? Right? So I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about planting. Look at planting. One finger plant. Look at, not ripe banana, green banana. Right? Look at the cost for green banana. Huh? So now, these things, not in large quantities, are available. But you have to sit down and wish them well. People may have to know, we see cases where a person just buy a few fingers. I saw this man recently. It's just a few fingers. A banana, green banana. Him can't buy one hand. Buy which one hand a banana? Can't afford it. Few fingers. So, famine is playing itself out now.
Famine on the land.
There is more.
Famine on the land, ladies and gentlemen. Famine on the land.
So I'm showing you. So the places where you say you could go and get a good deal or a bargain, you can't really, it's everywhere you turn. Macadukyo, that's what's really happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then you may go somewhere and the thing is reasonable, but then if you don't have discerning eyes, you will buy it. But upon further examination, you realize that it looks like carrot, but it's not the real carrot. It looks like banana, but it's not real banana. And when I say not real, meaning it's not organic. It's GMO. So it's a little bit more reasonable. Much more, you would say. The potato or whatever it is. But it's GMO. So you are now forced to eat garbage or poison. Because you have to eat something. Man have to eat something. Famine. And then the time is coming now
Bolo,
when already it's happening, but it's going to be worse, where you're seeing empty shelves. Have you seen how many shelves where they are not empty, they are sparsely populated? Have you seen it? You need to walk around some more. And then, as the desperation increases, people now are going to be forced to eat anything. Actually at that point, but it's going to get worse. Clipping of wings. And among the actions we did mention, visa revocation. And we ain't seen anything yet,
guys.
High profile persons, and I'm now speaking prophetically, only inside information I have is that which has been released from the throne room above. So God is going to be using the United States to discipline this island of Jamaica. Not just Jamaica, a number of other islands. And remember, all the leaders in the Caribbean basin, or CARICOM in particular, they are tantamount to pawns. That's a prophetic word that was released also a couple days ago. Tantamount to pawns.
Yeah, hello?
And they're going to be manipulated. A number of them are going to be knocked over. It is just a matter of time. The only thing that can save them is repentance, starting with Jamaica. So as things unfold, it's not just about Greenland, which we will talk about at some point in time. It's not just about the Middle East. It's not just about Venezuela and so on, and perhaps Cuba, and later on Colombia, and the possibility read Mexico and so on. Not just that. But God will be disciplining this beleaguered nation, and then on top of it, there will be natural disasters. Major one. coming as well.
Serious.
So this again is a clarion call for the nation of Jamaica to repent 3 consecutive days of national mourning, fasting, prayer, and repentance. Get your act together. As a nation, we have to put our foot down. We have to put our feet down and say, listen, we're going to stand for righteousness. Pickney a pickney. A child is a child. We must let them know in the school, talking about distributing condom in schools. Huh?
Yeah.
Distributing what condom in school?
Yeah.
Pickney got to school to learn.
Yes.
Learn them lessons.
Oh, me miss this.
Them academics.
How did I miss
When
this?
them get time for sex.
Yes.
And we, as a nation, have to say to them, when you go to school, focus on your book, your lessons.
Merinda, how you doing? Empress, how you doing? Celine, how you doing? Me hear say Horace Chang back in the hospital with stroke. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know. Merinda, good afternoon to you. Empress, I have my own food supply from my own garden here in the States on chicken, eggs. I don't eat meat, so I'm good with that. Hey, you're definitely on point, Empress. You are prepared. A lot of our Jamaican people are not prepared. We still go party and them something that and a rave out and a floss and a dash your money pan stripper and a, you know, just the normal thing them that sinners do, you know. We still do all of these things, and the world around us is potentially being set ablaze. Figuratively, it's definitely hot. The atmosphere is hot, definitely figuratively, when you look at the geopolitical atmosphere that's happening. But we're here today to really talk about our healthcare system here in Jamaica and the Minister of Health and the Ministry of Health, and specifically the UHWI recent report that came out. And of course, the nurses and doctors protested this morning. I was disappointed to see that there wasn't more of them out there. I was disappointed to see that there wasn't a crowd of maybe 4,000 with the women and men out there protesting. But I say salute to them, you know, that I say salute to them that you know, is really out there protesting for their rights, you know. It's very, very sad, ladies and gentlemen. I want to play this last thing because I didn't see this. Wow.
Get your act together.
What? Condoms in schools?
As a nation, we have to put our foot down. We have to put our feet down and say, listen, we're going to stand for righteousness. Pickney a pickney. A child is a child. We must let them know in the school, talking about distributing condom in schools. Huh? Distributing what condom in school? Pickney got to school to learn them lessons, them academics. When them get time for sex. And we, as a nation, have to say to them, when you go to school, focus on your book, your lesson. And if any of your is caught in those activities, you shall be dealt with accordingly. We must get back to the basics. And then we have children having children, and we go now and shoot them down like bird. The police force me talking about.
Talk about it, Apostle.
The instruction.
Talk about it.
Of politicians. 300 and odd young men
died.
killed last year. Huh? And now we have, in 7 days at the time, in January, 11 killed. And now how many we have? This is now day 15. How many of our young men have been slaughtered already? And we go around and say, oh, we are going to fix family. Fix what kind of family? Listen, man. That is why we need righteous leaders at the helm of Jamaica. Not unrighteous leaders. We need righteous leaders, and that is why the Lord has instructed us to observe 3 consecutive days of national mourning, fasting, prayer.
Tell them again, Pastor. Oh, wow. Why is it not playing? What happened?
And repentance. By or before 2027, there will be a new Jamaica.
Hey.
That's what God is going to be doing in this year, this 2026.
Hey.
Paving the way for 2027.
Hey.
Heads are going to roll. Watch what's going to happen. Persons who are now in power, they won't know what hit them.
Aye.
In the same way, Maduro didn't know what hit him.
Aye.
And I'm not saying I supported the way in which he was removed.
No.
But when God gets ready,
you know it go.
You gotta move.
You gotta move. And
so I'm making this point.
Yes.
Those who are calling for decriminalizing sex among minors,
yes.
I say to you, take care yourself. Take care yourself. If you want to go and find an island somewhere and go and live there and make up your own laws, that's fine. But don't come here in Jamaica and endanger our children and try and cause chaos, because that's really what you want to do.
Yes.
The devil is a liar. Take care yourself. Get it right.
Yes.
Our oversight.
No, me not tell no lie. It is so refreshing to hear a man of God speak without fear or favor. It is so refreshing, ladies and gentlemen. You see, if our society don't go back to this, we suffer down them already, you know. I don't know what else they defend them. We are going to want a slippery slope here in Jamaica. Very, very slippery slope. And I'm telling you, you're going to see people oppose the pastor when him say that, you know. And sometimes I wonder, I'm like, yo, it's one thing. Let me tell you something. None of we're not perfect. See? It's one thing for us I do wrong. Right? But you see when a conflict or you call wrong right and right wrong, that is a problem. We have to be responsible and we have to be accountable. As a people, individually, and then collectively as a nation, we have to hold the government accountable. But in your own life, as a parent, as a citizen of the country, right? Donna, how you doing, my darling? Crystal, big up. Right? As a parent and a citizen of the country, you're telling me that you want to give and encourage children in school and give them condom? Yeah, man. You know what? Let it be something that a parent personally does. But the government and the school system, that is the wrong message. The system is supposed to vehemently oppose such. Yo, you know how hard it is to get good grades when you go to school? Children supposed to involve in some sporting activity. Right? Carl, I know how you doing. Happy New Year to you, my darling. Simple Pebbles, big up yourself. Thank you so much for your continued support of the platform on TikTok. People share this video with 20 people. AKA Badu, what's up, my baby? Right? We can't do this, bro. It wrong, bro. No matter how you want to speak. You know, some people are going to talk about say, but them are going to do it anyway. You are not supposed to, as the governing body, encourage children to have sex in school while in school. You're not supposed to be encouraging that. What you say that you want them to be responsible. Okay. The use of a condom does not guarantee that you won't catch a STD. That's one. The use of a condom does not guarantee that you don't get pregnant. That's two. You know what guarantees it? Celibacy. Lock your leg them. Celibacy. Guarantees you don't catch what? A STD. Well, then again, I heard a video from my mother phone of one new STD. I don't know how true it is. Where melt off people's skin off of them body literally like a rat meat. And that one little crack in your skin and the other person contact and I don't right this of you, you know. Worse than cancer, you know. Some years say some cases break out in the UK. I don't know how true it is. I went on the girl page on TikTok and made the video and I was looking for the video and it looked like she take it down. So me I wonder if it is a she was misinformed. And it's a very well-known lady in the UK too, you know. She do podcasts and them something there. She do music. And in my mother phone, me see it. And I say, hold on there. My mother phone now work because I have it now I use. My life on it right now. And I say, hold on there. You have a disease, allegedly. In the UK breakout, a sexually transmitted disease that actually eats the flesh off your skin. Unalives you, ladies and gentlemen. It's gruesome. Like, what? I'm like, yo, if this thing is real, this got to be an end time something where God punish with. And I allow these things to happen or something because, come on, if we was to really follow God's plan for us, you know, it would be you find a woman or a man that you're evenly yoked with, you get married, right, under God, and you live together and come into the life together to those parts. And I was watching a video with a Christian brethren, born again brethren on TikTok, I believe, and him said, if you look upon it, if you were to stay with one woman and one woman stay with you, you wouldn't have any desire for anybody else. You wouldn't have any desire to say, oh, the man thing too small, or oh, the lady something too big and it too loose. You know, would have perfect for one another physically until death do the part. And the bedroom would not be defiled. You understand? I know I'm going off on a tangent, but like I share the video, guys. I'm just saying. The man is right, brother. The man is right. The man of God is right. I have supported Apostle Shuttleworth and many things that other people, and you know, they have them opinion, right, and they're entitled to it. Many things that they have stood on that I just can't see through. I don't understand. I really don't. How did we get here as a society? Maybe because all my parents didn't grow me still. You understand? My mother is strong in Christ. If you let me, I deal with any scripture and the word. You understand? True servant of the Most High. From a born, that becomes sick. And my mother is a no-nonsense person when she grow we up. Not saying that we no fault, but as a parent, she never led us to believe that certain things was right and was wrong. She take out the rod of correction through the word, brother. You understand? And sometimes ask of a bus too. And that is what a parent is supposed to do. Let me tell you something. You don't need to stop pleasing society, you know, and think about pleasing God. What does God want? How does God want you to grow your children? When you ever ask that question here, when you ever go in the Bible and read, when you ever pray to God and ask that, how do you want me to raise the children that you blessed me with? When you ever do that yet? When you just want to do your own thing and do, and this is the Bible talk about it, that there's a way that seems right unto men. And I'm telling you, it's a broad road to hell. Right? Not only are you on your way to hell, But you are saying you pity them with you. You pity them and go with you. And then you have one next thing named generational curse based off of sin. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. You see me? Like and share up the video, guys. Let's go. Alright. So I was listening to Dre Bryan. I was listening to Dre Bryan. Did I? No, you know, I'm go to Mr. Mystic Sensation because he actually played the video. He actually played the video. But more of to start off with. What a disgrace. He came in the Observer though. You can have it on Facebook.
When him coming up?
If I don't have it on Facebook, it's on Twitter. Alright, it's not on Facebook. So let me go use.
Play the next clip. Now, let us come back from Jamaica. Now that you are in Jamaica, this is the reality.
Change. We need a change. We need a change. We need a change. We need a change. Better working conditions.
Is that small up on here?
Better working conditions.
Better working conditions.
More resources.
More resources.
Wait, where I deal with? Lady Sue, thank you, baby.
No more rats. No more rats. No more rats. No more rats.
Hold on, did the people them say no more rats? How would the box say that, boy? This was the time we did that. Listen, I woke up, I saw a broadcast from Andre Stevens sending out this video. I didn't even listen to it. Carefully. Did the lady, Mrs. Buchanan, how are you? Did this lady, did the people them say no more rats? A&E staff protest conditions at Cornwall Regional Hospital. Mighty God. Hey, me tell you, you know, if you know, say, Father God have exposed them, you know. Shame them not having, you know, say Peter Bunting did right. Shame tree does not grow on Belmont Road. It don't. Zine, it don't grow there. We have mass control in the building. Say, evening Bolo, you're right. You cannot wrong. You cannot wrong, get right and right, get wrong. I do not support this. School should not be teaching effective sex education. No, let's say school should be teaching effective sex education. Self-respect, not promiscuity. We must do better. Personal responsibility of self should be taught. With freedom comes responsibility foremost. You know, and remember Peter Chambers did tell him, me no, listen to me. And big up Peter Chambers, I pass Peter Chambers. Big up Pastor Shutterworth and big up Mark Stewart. Now, before I go into this, because this doesn't make no sense to me here a while ago, I go back to where something I say a while ago. Mr. Smaller, come here. No, it don't really matter about that. They talk about this one. So, when it comes to our society, what did you say a while ago? Mass control. Teach them the way, manners and respect, personal responsibility, freedom comes. Yeah, okay. That's the point to me want to make. Me go to this year, man. I soon remember the point you want for me. But A&E staff protest conditions at Cornwall Regional Hospital. Wow.
Change. We need a change.
We need a change.
We need a change.
We need a change.
Better working conditions.
Better working conditions.
Better working conditions.
Better working conditions.
More resources.
More resources.
More resources.
More resources. No more rats. No more rats. No more
Them need resources. Philip, how are you doing? Okay, this person obviously doesn't want to be here, so let me facilitate you getting a royal Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style. One boot out the door. Alright. You don't even know how to spell Jim. Mighty God. That's how you spell Jim? Yo, you cannot make this up, bro. Anyway, no more rats, better resources. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why these people are screaming for these better resources is because of the very many lack of procurement practices that is not being done by these entities within the health ministry. You understand? Sweetie, how you doing? That is the reason. Share this video, guys. Please share it with 20 people or 10 people. Alright, that is the reason why they don't have the resources. When you're gonna buy a drill for $31 million, when the drill costs, massively less, you're gonna have these problems. As a matter of fact, I came across a video, and I actually posted the video on my page, where there was, and I'm gonna find it right now too. Let me play this.
More space, more work. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Today must start. No space, more work. No space, more work. No more rats. No more rats. More beds. More beds.
No more rats. No, me can't get over rat thing. You're telling me that you have a health facility and there's rats? If that's the most feared rodent or creature. I mean, rats go everywhere, under everywhere, and pick up everything. Rats? Bro.
No more moles. Enough is enough.
And then the mole them, please do some research on how really devastated moles can be health-wise. They can take you out of here. Why you think the travel advisory, ladies and gentlemen, of the United States is what it is for the last few years? Huh? Why you think? Why you think?
Is enough. Any must change. Any must change. Any must change. Any must change. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. No more is enough. No more rest. Retire anymore. Retire anymore. Retire anymore. No more rest. No more rest. No more rest. No more rest. No resources. No resources. No resources. No transportation. No transportation. No transportation. No transportation.
You know, I'm very surprised that the Observer really put out this story, giving certain, you know, I'm very surprised.
We need a hospital. Functional one. A functional one. Any is the start. Any is the start. We start the ground. We start the ground. Any must change. Any must change. humans. We can't breathe. We're tired of the mold. We're tired of being sick. We're tired of being sick. We're tired of getting cold. 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 No more CPR on the floor. No more CPR on the floor. No more CPR on.
No more CPR on the floor. Mighty God of Daniel. CPR on the floor. But they waste $85 million on Ben Spunani. No more CPR on the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, like and share this video. Oh my God. Wow, bro. Wow.
The floor. No more CPR on the floor.
Take it away on it.
Yeah. We need a check.
And then they say that we are bringing down Jamaica when we point out the facts of what the healthcare people are going through. The absolute facts, ladies and gentlemen. I want to go to a clip right here that I was not aware of. And this is Mystic Sensation that shared this earlier. Listen to this. No, Tufton need to be in prison. Andrew Owens as well. They are directly and indirectly responsible for people that lose them life when them go to the hospital. The JLP administration should be put in political prison and retirement indefinitely. I'm talking about no coming back. I don't think Jamaica needs another experience of this government ever. They are literally the worst, brother. Never seen nothing like this. Every major incident, education that is important to a nation building. Rubbish. Total rubbish. From infrastructure, man, we are part of JLP, we linked to JLP, they on school board, all them foolishness there, and I push badness on them something there, and I disrupt school, and nobody from the JLP says anything. Minister of Education, we claim and go on like say she have some type of integrity. Does not remove that, did not remove that man from that school, from the board. Tashay, pick up yourself, sweetie. Thank you for liking the video. You can't believe that this thing is dangerous. Look on
Private
this.
sector, right, is doing or undertaking more difficult structure.
All right. Honest appeals to Chinese contractors to help build affordable housing. Listen to this.
Right? That they stay on the
right.
budget, right, and deliver on time.
They are saying that the PMP never do nothing for 18 years. I mean, the utter garbage. That is too easy to debunk. Anybody that says that should lose immediate credibility as a influencer or a news reporter on social media. Anybody that says the PMP did not do anything in the 18 years they were in power, they with PJ Patterson, they need to be. You guys need to stop listening to them. You need to stop arguing with them. You need to not even mention them. Let the ignorant people them stay together one place now, one garbage heap. Spirit child big up, because wherever them there is a garbage heap. Even if it's a digital space, it's a digital space of garbage. The evidence speaks for itself where PJ Patterson is concerned. This government, not even one of them can put on PJ Patterson's socks. Not even one. Them can't fit them not qualified, them not have integrity. I mean, Toshe, if you're going to say that, me not vex you for that. Zine, because honestly, everybody can do better. But what I'm saying is, compared to what them and money I do now, these guys are not even trying. How long has it been since the people in the area was balling for Tri-Bridge? A bridge that connect communities that was so important. Children are there. That's just one instance. Cornwall Regional Hospital. I mean, come on. It was 2 billion, now it's estimated at 23 billion. It is corruption, it is a thief, them a thief the money. Straight up. These guys are blatant criminals that is running the country. Whether they are directly or indirectly involved, them are criminal. All the recommendations of the Auditor General. What has been the action from Christopher Tufton to remedy the situation after how much years? That is negligence. At its least, it's negligence. So everybody in a job can do better, you can improve. So me can't argue with you about that. But you cannot tell me, if you was to compare, what's up Karen, if you was to compare the PMP and the PJ in the first 10 years, this government has not built a school. This government has not built a school. There's a video I'm going to release right now on my page from Bolo VNR 2.0. I'm going to release it. Since I've met talk about that, thank you so much, Tashe, for igniting the conversation. Alright? Who remember this? Who remember when Andrew said this and promised this? Where is it? Where is that video? Other one? Yes. When I publish it right now on my YouTube page, because I have it in a draft. Let me publish this right now. Unbelievable, guys. I'm telling you, unbelievable. The promises that have been made by this administration. And we haven't seen any of it. And this was before any storm and anything. Alright? And nothing has started. Nothing has been done. Nothing at all. Who remember this? Let me just refresh this one. Refresh. Yes, here it is. Who remember this?
Remember, Jamaicans.
In our bilateral discussions, amongst other strategic discussions on trade and investment, we spoke about education and technology. And the Chinese government has agreed that they will assist us in building 3 new STEM schools. You know what STEM means? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The government of Jamaica will also fund 3 additional STEM schools, and they will be spread strategically right across Jamaica. So we will be doing, within the next 6 years, 6 new STEM schools. That is conservative. Depending on how our economy does, I am committed to putting more resources and putting resources faster to this project, so we may be able to have them within 3 years. Be clear, these schools will not be operated under the old Education Act. These schools will be created under a different framework called schools. We call these schools centers of excellence. They will be operated as academies. They will have to adhere both in their instruction and management and in how they operate as a school. They will have to adhere to the highest standards of excellence. Disorder and chaotic and disrespectful behavior, either on the part of students, teachers, or parents. It must be a place that when you go to those schools, you come out as being an ambassador for the best that the society has to offer.
Remember, Jamaica.
So, where are the STEM schools? Where are these schools of excellence that he promised? He has been campaigning in the last election of prosperity, and the economy is doing so well. Has one of those STEM schools started? Wanna see any? Did you guys see any? This is the same prime minister that came out in a yo, me tell you say, Bridget, yo, alright, me I go find the clip cause me no want to say what him don't say because you hear them talk about misinformation. Mystic Sensation played it. I don't want to say what he didn't say. I want you to hear from his mouth. Right? What he said about
corruption is one of the key components maximize Israel. Yeah, this one claims a brilliant thing. Yeah, just our labor force. You want to talk that, but you're not doing that.
Hear this.
I know you want to sell the narrative that, you know, we don't have any skilled workers.
Hear
So
this.
Jamaica, when you...
Hear this.
A lot of people...
There is still
Jamaica, you say, practically full employment. I don't mean say it, you know. Jamaica, you say,
full,
Alright.
you need to go. Go ahead.
practically full employment. But I've never been convinced that
That is
there
true,
still-
Toshi. That is
Jamaica,
true.
you say,
That is true.
practically full employment. I don't mean say it, you know.
Raj,
This did not come out of my mouth.
that was at a campaign trail some years ago. It has to be more than probably 5 years ago. Before this election, when he went to run for his second term, I believe. But I go find out still. I go find out because I know the political historian. I'm gonna find out. Hey, Unique, what's up? I'm gonna find out. But listen to this.
He just said, practically full employment. Jamaican people would suffer the amount of Jamaican people that suffer. Want to see that? Want to see that? Then if that is so, then why are we exporting and
Can't tell me
importing
some government
more than
today.
we export? Where
Can't
are the
tell me some government
manufacturing
today.
companies to employ these people where you talk about? You understand the 95% employment. Right there. Service industry. The majority of the money that they make not servicing the countries. Not the economics. You
more persons into the labor force
Alright.
within the population and within the society to pull more persons into the labor force. And one of the complaints that we have been having is that, and we get it all the time, we just can't find good people to work. We just can't find productive, trained, skilled, competent, reliable people.
that's lie again.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Andrew Warnes just the other day, January 7, 2025. You know. One of the complaints is that they can't find no skilled workers. They can't find any. So where is the STEM school them for us to have the skilled worker them, brother? Where is the schools of excellence that you promised years ago? Whose fault is that? You have now admitted 2026, sorry. This was January 7, 2026 at the prayer breakfast. You admitted that one of the complaints is that they just can't find skilled workers. Then where the STEM school there, brother? Science, technology. That's the way you say the STEM school is about, you know. If you're doing science and technology, you have to have skilled worker. That is the definition of building a society. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's STEM. Engineering, mathematics. Where the school, Andrew? So you are the failure. You told us to have bilateral talks and agreement with China, and they are going to help you to build 3 STEM schools. You're saying a 3 year, ladies and gentlemen. The last time Well, election they go on was more than 5 years ago. Almost in a 6 year. One STEM school bill? No. No. Not even one. Before any burial come, before you even start blame burial and blame Melissa, before burial and Melissa did come, no STEM school never built. Not even one. And in promise 3. He talked about, don't play it again. The man admit no, said them don't have the skill worker them. This is not even why I'm here, you know. I really minister Tufton, you know. But Andrew Owens is the leader in a pathological lying to the people, brother. And corruption. Head of the stream. I mean, yo, this is one of the things, yeah, man.
In our bilateral discussions, amongst other strategic discussions on trade and investment, we spoke about education and technology. And the Chinese government has agreed that they will assist us in building 3 new STEM schools. You know what STEM means? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The government of Jamaica will also fund 3 additional STEM schools, and they will be spread strategically right across Jamaica. So we will be doing, within the next 6 years, 6 new STEM schools. That is conservative. Depending on how our economy does, I am committed to putting more resources and putting resources faster to this project, so we may be able to have them within 3 years. Be clear, these schools.
So I just did my research, guys. This was 2019 press conference. This was 2019 press conference. Yeah, man. 2019. Almost 7 years ago. Tell you something, I can't find it easy because the background and where I wear and where he sit on the stage. This was 2019. Yes. See there? Yes.
In their training. So we understand. But I want the taxi men and woman, the ownership of both the this together, along with support from crime on crime. So, but we had friends in the United States. I visited the White House. If there has ever been a time in Jamaica's history where Jamaica has had such a global and international profile, technical and vocational skills, that is the machinery that uses that sort of decisions. You can labor rights. STEM schools, and they will be spread.
See it, yeah? We just want to find the point, ladies and gentlemen. We just want to find the point to show you when they talk about China. See, I see a video. What's up, Earth? Oh my God, no, we have royalty in our place. We have to talk to you if you have time. No, we have to talk to the Queen. No, we have to talk to the Queen. I have to talk to the Queen right now if you have time, Queen. Long time in the year from East Portland, most important representative outside of Isaac Buchanan. What's up, mommy?
The there in the Bolo.
Blessings. Me know you see what going in nice
man, and big
place.
up all who depend the show, you see me?
Yes.
Yeah, man, a long time I never to jump out and I see, but you know, say me have to touch base sometime, cause
Yes.
you don't know.
Yeah, man, we understand, man. We
You
understand.
throw gravel in the road and one bag of thing, but you know, some people, they really don't know how to go on, cause you see certain street, you have street where member of parliament, you have response, or you have the councillor, they respond to certain thing, like the market and the inner the town. Like how Mr. Swaby response to downtown, and that's what the mayor response for.
Yes.
So then I call up and who I call and I post up and them I drive a truck. They know themselves.
Yes.
So one then leave I sat alone.
Right.
You see it?
Right.
The man even there 6 months yet, Bolo. You understand?
Yes.
And things are going.
Yes.
You understand me?
And
Because the rain falls straight from the year start, so you don't know. In the town, the people they might not mash up too much or so, but you don't know, say in the countryside now, you know, I hope that's all the things there where the food there and them things they come from. And them place kind of you don't know the rain fall mostly.
Yes.
So my MP have to study in the countryside where the food there. You see me? Because you don't know if the food not got Kingston, you know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Trouble.
And if the people they not go to town and come back with them goods for them shop, you don't know. You see what I say? Yeah, man, say if road blockage or anything, you don't see it.
You're right.
Thing them have to take care of.
Yes,
you know,
man.
So, me don't want them to call up ISAT name, you know, because ISAT, they have a profession before they go into politics, don't
Definitely.
It's not like in the dust. They warm. You see me? Yeah, man. So, man, may I big up the eye, man, and may I big up all of my Portland people, them, you know, see me?
Yes,
and with them behind me, so I said 100%. You understand? And more.
Right.
You get me?
Right.
So, make we just go on easy and watch you all come for the future for East Portland. You see me?
What's your take on the recent happenings in the health sector with the Auditor General? You hear about what going on?
Right now, you know, the health thing in Jamaica not good, dada. You see me? It's not good at all. You understand? And with the Auditor General thing now, if she never come out a long time, then thing they are going, you know. You don't see it? A long time, you know, just happen like that. You don't see me? And all of these people just decide to rob poor people money. But the people them for know say, you know, and we are the government, you know. We don't vote for no boss, you know. You know, see it.
That is it.
You understand?
That is it.
We don't vote for no boss, dada. And we are the government.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And our money I run the country. You understand me? Sometimes I listen to the geopolitics thing and so, you know, but you see, true me is not Americanized like a way, because when Donald Trump, no, I go ban certain things and ban with, here when me I say now, where Trump I look on, which is my opinion. You see the US dollar, once you start messing with the US dollar, them eyes are going to zoom in on you. You understand me? Because we are get remittance.
Yes.
We are get all of these things. But guess what? When the money come in at Jamaica and it become the US dollar, the money goes back to buy the goods from the next country.
You are perfectly right. You don't need no genius. You are on point, mama. You are on point. The American dollar is funding the enemy. You understand what I say? Yes.
Yeah. You know, see it, I don't like it as steer, yeah. You
No.
get what I mean? Because
No.
the money can't spend nowhere else. So the man say fee money when they come here to go back in our next era when I reach film country.
It's like a Jamaica of brain drain. In this case, the money are drain.
Right. You know, see it. So it become a domino effect.
Right.
You get me?
Yes.
You see it?
Yes.
But enough people now look on it that we are the because when them a send money from Jamaica to go buy them things, the other cow, right now we're there between the eagle and the bear and the dragon, you know.
Yes.
The eagle and the dragon.
Yes.
You know, see it. And we are even
We are cockroach.
right now
talk, brother. No.
You understand me? Because we
Well,
did sell out.
well, this a leader and not talk because him don't have no integrity. He is a
That's
politically exposed person. Because if he did have integrity, he could have stand up on moral and the law and say, listen, boom, 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 whatever his position is. Right? But he can't take a position because he's in a bed with everybody. Politically.
Yeah, coming like the man coming like a sea cat in tentacles.
He is a political prostitute. He is a political prostitute.
We like that part there.
Yeah, man, that's true, man.
It's true, my general. So right now, he put we in a way where no care what we turn right now,
Maka juke way.
And for me, you know, at the age of me, is when me look back on life, me now but they have to stay long, you know, but me know say the effect where it got effect the next generation.
Quite
so.
so.
Down the line, them are going to say, boy, I saw them people that did wicked stuff. How we go for with people them this, you understand me?
Yes, man.
It really bad.
Bad, man.
It really bad. You know, see it. Yeah, man, but me no come by here for all of the things.
Yeah, you know, you're welcome, you know. You're welcome in a moment, you know, you're right.
Every time, Bolo, enough respect, man. And big up me East Portland people.
Every time.
Big up Jamaica. You understand the land of food and water, and we want to stay that way there, you know, see, we want Jamaica back to the way it was like in the 70s, ladder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know? So bless up, Bolo.
All right, you too, mama. Blessings.
Enough respect.
Every time. Same thing.
Every time, yeah.
Big up Sassy 81. I see you. Karen, me see you. Who else me see? Dwayne Morris, big up. Elaine, how are you doing? Crystal, blessings. That was Earth Angel, you know? That are the queen will stand beside Isaac Buchanan at East Portland as a citizen. 100%. You hear me I tell you? No joke about it. Yeah, man, mommy dead up on the ground, man. So anytime I want to know what go on, anytime I see her in the comment section, you know, make sure so me put her up in the... Oh, you don't know if it drop down? Let me drop down for you. Disconnect. See there, yeah, man, I hear that. Alright. Tissa, how you doing, Tissa? Blessings to you, my darling. Happy Friday to everybody. Oh, it's Friday, you know. It's Friday. Gifts are fun, ladies and gentlemen. Gifts are fun. Alright, the Cash App is there, the PayPal is there, the Zelle is there, and TikTok, you don't know what to do. Sexy Korean, thank you for the follow, big up yourself. So, we just played the tape, ladies and gentlemen.
And the Chinese government has agreed that they will assist us in building 3 new STEM schools. You know what STEM means? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard him. Let me play the recipe.
The government of Jamaica will also fund 3 additional STEM schools, and they will be spread strategically right across Jamaica.
Ladies and gentlemen, so, let me get this straight. Andrew is not 2019. You know what I'm for? This is a TikTok moment. No, sir. No. This is a TikTok moment. Let me make this a video. This is a TikTok moment. This is a TikTok moment. Let me go to the clip from to show you the correlations, see? Because yeah, you have to go explain this. You have to go explain this. This doesn't even make no sense, bro. This is unbelievable. This doesn't make no sense. This doesn't make no sense.
Within the population.
And in the same breath, extremely corrupted.
On trade and investment, we spoke about education and technology.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember when Andrew said it's not 2019, listen to this.
and the Chinese government has agreed that they will assist us in building 3 new STEM schools. You know what STEM means? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The government of Jamaica will also fund 3 additional STEM schools, and they will...
You know what additional mean? That means a 6 STEM school. 3 from China and 3 from the government. Let's continue.
It's spread strategically right across Jamaica. So we will be doing, within the next 6 years, 6 new STEM schools.
This was the 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. Where is STEM school then there?
It's conservative. Depending on how our economy does, I am committed to putting more resources and putting resources faster to this project.
So depending on how economy does, has any school started? Just a question. Ladies and gentlemen, recently at the prayer breakfast, January 7, 2026, Andrew Jones said this.
Let us listen to you.
Not potential within the population and within the society to pull more persons into the labor force. And one of the complaints that we have been having is that, and we get it all the time, we just can't find good people to work. We just can't find productive, trained, skilled, competent, reliable people.
So now Andrew Jones just admitted an administrative failure of his government. He promised 3 STEM schools was to be built by the Chinese in 2019. It would take 6 years. And he even went further. He also said if the economy goes well, he would want it to happen in 3 years. But give him the 6 years. All right, that would have been excellent. I would be saluting him. I would have been telling him what a great job. STEM school, that is the way to go because of the engineering factor, the mathematics, technology, AI, everything. Ladies and gentlemen, you're telling me in 2026, the man them can't find skilled worker? I wonder why. If you had built the STEM schools, them would have had a plethora of skilled individuals in so many different areas of engineering, and that's what you need when you want to really develop a country. And it would have helped us very well in actually having people on the ground ready to rebuild Jamaica after a Category 5 monster hit us. But ladies and gentlemen, this is just another promise that was not fulfilled. I'm just saying, this is a moment. Anyway, we're going to go back to the substantive thing that I was talking about. Listen to this.
But when it comes to government project, as it relates to Andrew Jones' administration, you can see the plain criminality. Look at what Andrew Jones is saying here. Look at this.
The group that is behind this are very skilled contractors and that they do excellent work. This tower would have risen up in under a year. If you can do this, you can build thousands of low-income houses as well. And therefore, I use this platform to challenge you and to say the government of Jamaica is willing to partner with you. If you were to put some of your construction skills into providing low-income housing, which is absolutely necessary at this time, given the destruction wrought by Hurricane Mercy. So come and talk to me after.
So this was recently too. This was recently.
And as we enter into the reconstruction phase, I need contractors who can operate at scale and at pace. I know the group that is behind this are very...
Take this up. Here we have the pinnacle. Jamaica, this is sickening now when I think of it. Very sickening. Andrew Jones was making reference to the pinnacle building. And as you heard him, it took them 1 year to complete a more difficult task than CRH. And Canal Regional is only refurbishing. And the pinnacle right? Build from ground up. They have to dig pile way down in the earth. More complex, more difficult. But yet, the pinnacle at state under budget. Cheaper Jamaica, cheaper than the amount being spent on Cornwall Regional Hospital. Cheaper. So make it make sense. And here's...
No, that's the point I wanted to make, right? How is it that they built the pinnacle under its budget in a little over a year? How did that happen? A more complex, structure. You guys see that Cornwall Regional Hospital is the feeding tree for somebody. Somebody is gaining massive amount of wealth off Cornwall Regional Hospital. Maybe multiple people, maybe one person, I don't know. But you can clearly deduct that Cornwall Regional Hospital should not be taking this long as a refurbished entity. It shouldn't. It absolutely shouldn't, ladies and gentlemen. Pinnacle Jamaica. One year ago. Look at it. There's pictures here. Wow. The Pinnacle Montego Bay. You guys can go look it up, That's what he's referring to. The Pinnacle Montego Bay. How is it possible? Let somebody explain that to me. Make that make sense. The high level of corruption in the healthcare system, ladies and gentlemen. High level of corruption. Right? So that's what I wanted to share that. Now, we're going to get into the procurement. Dre Bryan was live, and I was lucky enough to catch him live as he broke down what was happening with the Auditor General report and what it actually was saying. All right, so we're going to go to that right now. Listen to this.
Team, so that it does not happen again. It happened, it continues to happen, and we are saying enough is enough. Too much has gone wrong under the stewardship of Christopher Tufton.
Yes, indeed.
Jamaica, Christopher Tufton is the Minister of Health. What the Auditor General report is saying is that at University Hospital, them try to fix up the place. They try to renovate the place. Every renovation, Jamaica, a contract is given for a company or somebody with the skills and the machinery to carry out that renovation. All right?
Yes.
What the report is saying is that after the renovation is complete, where billions and millions of taxpayers' dollars is being spent to renovate these premises, there is no receipt from the hospital to say that John Brown or Mary Jane get that contract to do that particular work. Mind you, Jamaica, when the board convenes and they come together and say the cafeteria need fixing or the wing they need rehabilitation, when they come together and they do them estimate and the contractor value it and say, say it's going to cost $10 million to get this back up and running. That board at the University Hospital has to do what? They have to write to the Ministry of Health and show them why this project needs to get going. It is the Minister of Health that sign off to give them the money so University Hospital can carry out that contractual.
Key point. The Minister of Health have to sign off for the procurement to go through, for it to be done, for things to go through. So, Mr. Tufton has to be involved, ladies and gentlemen. It is his responsibility. He cannot PR his way out of this one. That's why we have to understand civics and understand procedures of government. So when they come out and they say things that, is an attempt to fool the people that don't have knowledge of these procedures, the people can call them out on their misinformation and disinformation. And I'm wondering if we're gonna see Dr. Dana Morris Dixon come out and call out Christopher Tufton. And any other member of our own party that is, trying to mislead the people. Like when Daryl Vaz was in Parliament telling people about this and that and walk one with light and 2,000 people and everything, and then had to come back and retract his statement. I'm still calling on the JPS to make a formal statement. Did you lie to Daryl Vaz? According to Daryl Vaz, he made it appear as if you lied to him. He said you gave him erroneous information. So he was blaming you for the misinformation. So did you lie to Daryl Vaz and tell Dr. Dayton Campbell the truth? This is what I am interested to know, and I'm sure other well-thinking Jamaicans are interested to know as well. Double tap the screen, guys. Let's get to 10,000 likes on TikTok, and for YouTube, all I can ask is that everybody hit the like button. So whoever is here, if you haven't hit the like button already, hit the like button and share the live with 5 people. Let's continue.
Agreement. So how Christopher Tufton make it seem at the board of a university hospital is at fault? And you give them, you sanction every single thing that is going on up there.
You hear that? He is the one that sanctioned every single thing. The man at the top have to know, brother. Them the big money they can't go through without Christopher Tufton know. Him have to know 521 million. Who you leave the responsibility to sign off that to? Who? As a boss, you will leave that to anybody else but you? You have to do the final signature. You have to at least look for the document and approve it. However you approve it. Okay, yeah man, it's good. No, seriously. Let us be real. Don't make them fooling, ladies and gentlemen. The time of foolery and skullduggery is coming to an end. It is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Oren, big up yourself. I think I used Gina earlier. Miracle, I know how you doing. Andel Makna, big up. Right? And guys, if you send anything to the cash app, let me know here so we can show to know. Or the PayPal, or the Zelle.
It's not something at the university hospital. She should not be coming or unearth these findings. Somebody needs to take accountability for this. They need to take accountability. The Auditor General is saying that 51 contract works a combined 521 million could not provide any procurement documentation for it. And this includes contract for renovation and medical equipment and services.
You hear that? Contract will include medical service, medical equipment and services. No procurement. None. It can't work, guys. It is impossible for this to happen for so long under one minister of government, and we don't look at him. Remember the 24 babies that lost their lives at Jubilee Hospital, and he blamed the mothers because the babies were premature, as if premature babies is a death sentence. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Do you know how much babies that are premature, that once they make it past that premature stage, they are even stronger than the regular babies? It's like their bodies have a craving for strength, given that they were so close, you know, at the beginning, being weak. Their body does. It's like them turn the Hulk when them grow up. You never notice? When a premature baby survives prematurity, do you ever notice how they become like a Hulk? They have advanced athleticism, brain power, all different type of things. So being, you know what I'm saying? That's in big up yourself. Exactly. Yeah, have proper incubator. You understand? Michelle, look on that type of error there. Where you are going with? I'm not even going to repeat that. Yeah, but yeah, you know, babies that are premature normally grow up to be powerhouses. I mean, I know a few powerhouses, ladies and gentlemen. I have a brethren that was a premature baby, and I'm telling you, powerhouse. This and this. Yo, athletic, crazy, powerhouse. You hear what I tell you?
Everybody needs to take accountability for this. They need to take accountability. The Auditor General is saying that 51 contract worth a combined 521 million could not provide any procurement documentation for it. And this includes contract for renovation and medical equipment and services.
Contract for renovation. Contract for renovation. And equipment services. That's what the 521 million. Where's the money? All right, Michelle. Tisa. Hey, man, say. All right.
What are the implications? With no tender documents, no evaluation reports, no approval, there is no proof that these contracts were awarded fairly, competitively, or legally. It prevents any audit or whether value for money was achieved.
That part is very important. The findings reveal a pattern of management override, disregard for laws, and the misuse of public funds, tax exemption, resulting in significant financial losses and compromised governance. The Auditor General Department has uncovered systematic, severe, and potential fraudulent procurement breaches at the University Hospital of the West Indies over the last 6 years. The findings reveal a pattern of management override, disregard for laws, and the misuse of public funds and tax exemptions, resulting in significant financial losses. This is not no joke. This is not no joke. Christopher Tufton has to be punished. And the Jamaican people, you have the handle. Are you guys going to sit down, Jetline, and accept this from a Minister of Health under his watch? People get fired for less. In you know, like a restaurant, supervisor might not do something properly in terms of management, that for the flow of the business to go and cost the owner of the company, the restaurant money, you're liable to lose your job. And you do it consistently for over 6 years. Under your watch that happens as a minister of health. No, you have to be fired. You have to be fired. This is not gaslighting. He should have been fired from the 24 babies. And then they try to use that, say, oh, you know, whatever, and political. Okay, what going on now? What is going on now? This is political too. This is political, right? We are not supposed to be outraged by this. When people literally cannot get proper health care services from the hospitals. We saw the protest this morning by the healthcare workers at Cornwall Regional Hospital. There's more workers that want to protest now. I don't know why they are holding back. There's more workers in other places that want to protest. Is it possible that some of them don't want to be the victim of political victimization? Because the politicians them know them. And then you have some of them, you see people, some of you are as compromised as Andrew Wallace, you know. Because you don't take them blood money. You don't take them dirty money and vote for them. You don't take them corrupt money and you vote for them. Them have no secret. You guys are in bed. Some of you guys are in the bed of corruption with the politicians. So we can't call them out. You guys are exposed citizens politically. Right? Good evening, Colleen. That's one of the real issues.
Can you imagine Jamaica? I am getting to understand that what the Jamaica Labour Party did, somebody make it known that the cafeteria or award is about to rehabilitate. Instead, the university hospital play by the book and the laws to avoid corruption and put it in the newspaper.
Listen.
So that a tender can be made. Mm-hmm. So that 10, 15, 20 contractor out there can read the newspaper and see the university hospital are going to construct one site or remodel one building. And then them as a contractor can look into themselves and tender and make a bid and value it. So if 30 contractors see the newspaper article say university are going to construct something and there is a bid, right? They can look into themselves and give a price. Mm-hmm. It is the board of directors at University Hospital to value all those 30 contractors who are interested to do the work. Mm-hmm. And they are going to interview these contractors. And one contractor might say, you know, say it will cost $10 million. Mm-hmm. Another contractor might say it will cost $9 million, you know. Mm-hmm. Somebody else can say 15 million, somebody can say 25 million. Mm-hmm. It is up to the board of directors now to come together and choose. They might not choose the cheapest contractor, you know. They might choose one way in between. You understand? Right. But the fact of the matter is, no procurement was done for these contracts. And it has been going on for 6 years under the Jamaica Labour Party watch with Christopher Tufton as the Minister of Health. Nothing was being done properly. Hence the reason why Pamela Monroe Ellis could have run in upon them and caught them off guard. This is unacceptable, Jamaica, and the People's National Party not only should call for the resignation of Dr. Christopher Tufton, they need to tell Jamaica why Christopher Tufton needs to resign, and they need to list all all of these findings, including the 24 billion that is already being spent at Cornwall Regional Hospital, they need to list every single thing under Tufton's watch as Minister of Health, and then the people of Jamaica can look within themselves and decide whether this man should continue lead the nation's Ministry of Health. The Gleaner article notes that these 51 contracts represent over 46% of the 111 contract sample reviewed by the Auditor General, indicating the problem is widespread, not isolated. Right across the Ministry of Health, this is what they have been doing. So it's not just at the ministry or at the university hospital. This is widespread.
That is important. This is why that is one of the major reasons why we should demand the resignation of Christopher Tufton. That is the main reason. This is not one institution that this is happening. This is a pattern, ladies and gentlemen. A pattern of skullduggery, a pattern of breeding high levels of corruption, nepotism, cronyism. Right? When you leave meat outside, and we're gonna go back to the restaurant analogy. When you leave meat outside, right? In the atmosphere, what happened to it? Bacteria and start grow up on it. All different type of bacteria and start grow up on it. And then what happened after that? It spoiled, don't it? Go through certain stages. Ladies and gentlemen, the healthcare system under Christopher Tufton and Andrew Owen's watch is rottening. It is decaying. You heard what I said? That's why they call him Minister of Death. It is decaying. It is affecting people's lives. It is affecting people's experiences when they go to the hospital. No bed, no ambulance. Let me play about the clip with the nurse. They say no more rat, no more mole. Let me go back to the clip. No more rat, no more mole. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. So nobody can say, oh, we're spreading misinformation. We're spreading misinformation. Can't say that. Listen to the nurses themselves at Cornwall Regional.
The just sent us to Mars. So I'm asking you to come back from Mars and return to Jamaica.
No PR can get out of this.
This is the reality.
This is a reality. No PR.
We need a change.
We need a change.
We need a change.
We need a change.
Better working conditions.
Better working conditions.
Better working conditions.
Better working conditions.
No resources.
No resources.
No resources.
No resources.
No resources.
No
No
resources.
more rats.
No more rats.
No more rats.
No more rats.
No
Mighty God.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
The bed must stop.
The day must stop.
No space, no work.
No space, no work.
No more rats.
No more rats.
More beds.
No more beds.
No more walls.
No more walls.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Any must change.
Any must change.
Any must change.
Any must change.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
We can't more rats.
We pray anymore.
We can't anymore.
We pray anymore.
No more rats.
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 No resources.
No resources.
No resources.
No We need a hospital. Functional one. A functional one. And yes, the start. And is the start. We start the ground. We start the ground. And he must change. And he must change. And he must change. And he must change. No more. Tired anymore. We tired anymore. Doctors and nurses. Patients are humans. We can't breathe. We tired anymore.
Cornwall Regional Hospital staff last some. Down at Mobile.
Tired of being sick. We're tired of being sick. We're tired of getting cold. 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 No more CPR on the floor. 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 No more CPR on the floor.
Take it away on it.
Yeah. We need a check.
The same thing what will come up with in a hospital. What originally should cost $2 billion to construct now cost taxpayers $24 billion and counting. Let's continue, Jamaica. We're dissecting the Auditor General's report. The third thing, retrospective after the fact. Procurement. What really happened? The University Hospital of the West Indies repeatedly initiated procurement processes after goods were delivered or works were completed.
Hey!
What?
Listen to this.
Listen to this, Jamaica.
Yeah, man. No more CPR on the floor, man. Yeah, man. And that nurse them said, no more CPR on the floor. But listen to this. Your nephew worked there last summer. Listen to this.
Generally saying what really happened, is that the university hospital repeatedly, that means that they keep on doing it, repeatedly initiated procurement processes after goods were delivered or works were completed. What is that? So that means, Jamaica, a contract or one space need renovation, or them make on one new wing or one new ward. After the work completed in Jamaica, the university is still recruiting persons or still put these things. It's like them want to say the work not done, so them still are sick. So they need more money from the ministry. So them get more money to fix that wing here. They get more money from the ministry to do this. And they keep on a send letter to the ministry to do the same work. When at the university, the work of going is at another premises, one of them friend practice, and the Ministry of Health is funding those renovations. And I mean, say it in Jamaica, see it in front of you.
Wow.
The University Hospital of the West Indies repeatedly initiated procurement processes after goods were delivered or works were completed. This corrupts the entire competitive process as suppliers are essentially chosen in advance. So them friend, them choose to get a cut. This practice was confirmed for contracts worth at least 69 million, including 41 laptops for a health IT project, renovations to the staff clinic, doctor's quarters, daycare, and the Wi-Fi building. For example, the Wi-Fi building was converted into a kitchen. The work was completed in February last year, but purchase requisitions and bid invitations were only created in April and July 2025. You see that?
Magical.
So then call in their friend and make their friend do the work so that their friend can get the money for that contract. And then after their friend do the work now, you know, so the friend have to get the money there because of him do it. So after the friend do the work, you see, February, you know, the work complete in February. And April, them are right. So the work was completed and done. Eh?
Wow.
No, Jamaica, this not right. This not right. Number 4, chronic non-compliance and lack of planning. Failed mandatory reporting. Out of 800 procurement activities reported to the Integrity Commission in 2024, only 20 were published on the government's official electronic procurement portal.
No. Say that again. No. No, man. No. Say that again. Dre Bryan, nothing can go so. Auditor General, nothing can go so. What you say? What you say a while ago?
Non-compliance and lack of planning. Failed mandatory reporting. Out of 800 procurement activities reported to the Integrity Commission in 2024, only 20 were published on the government's official electronic procurement portal as legally required. Yeah, Jesus Christ Almighty. Jamaica, you hear what Pamela Monroe Ellis, the Auditor General, tell the nation this morning. She say the government have a website which is mandated by law that every single procurement activity must be published on the government electronic procurement portal. And the Auditor General is saying 800 procurement activities took place, and out of the 800 that took place, only 20 of those procurement activities were published on the government procurement portal. Mighty God of Daniel, that means the other 780, they're from Yama food. No strategic plan. You will fail to submit mandated annual procurement plans and strategic plans for years, despite paying consultants over 186,000 to develop them. Kuya? So them pay all kind of consultants, you know. They consult them on areas of weakness, and in return you pay these consultants these money, 186,000 US, and there is no recommendation from these consultants. So what you pay them for? You pay a consultant so the consultant can advise you, and you pay these consultants so much money, and you get nothing in return from them. In Labour Party, unaudited financials. University Hospital of the West Indies has not submitted annual report or audited financial statement since 2018, hiding how approximately 65 billion Jamaican dollar in government subversion was spent. I am sick to my stomach.
Money does not dash right.
You hear that, Jamaica? University Hospital of the West Indies has not submitted their annual reports or audited financial statements since 2018, hiding how approximately $65 billion in government subversions was spent. Number 5. Bypassing procedures via the private wing. What really happened? University, yes, Uncle Cole, 186 million US dollars. See there in front of me, 186,000 US. You know how millions this when you convert?
Yeah. I was just about to say.
Number 5. Bypassing procedures via the private wing. What really happened is that the University Hospital of the West Indies entered loan agreement with its UWI private wing, Tony Thwaites, to procure medical equipment, a CR machine and a Philips digital diagnostic machine, circumventing public procurement rules. Key detail is that the Ministry of Finance advised the University Hospital that this arrangement fell outside the remit of the existing procurement policy and law and suggested proper channels. UWI Hospital ignored this advice and proceeded. Mr. Tufton must resign effective immediately.
Prison time, never forget. Prison time.
Jamaica people, the whole of them in the corruption, see it there in Jamaica. See it there. The Ministry of Health did something. They seek the funding from the Ministry of Finance. And the Ministry of Finance tell the Ministry of Health, so this is not the right way to go about it, and they did not give them the funding. The Ministry of Finance told them that what they were doing was wrong, and the university went on and proceeded anyway. You ignore this advice, proceeded. See there? Number 6, systemic governance failure. The report indicates a record and committee oversight. In numerous cases, the CEO approved contracts where he was also the one initiating the request. A clear conflict and violation of checks and balances.
Wow.
See it here now?
Wow.
And then we wonder why the CEO sending vacation request. The same day, the Auditor General report was tabled in Parliament. See it here, the CEO went on vacation the very same day, Jamaica. See here, systemic governance failure. The report indicates a breakdown of internal controls and committee oversight. In numerous cases, the CEO approved contracts where he was also the one initiating the requests. A clear conflict and violation of checks and balances. We are breaking down the Auditor General's report. I'm going to wrap up this one and see if I can wrap up the class for 1 p.m. The class is very interesting this afternoon, The Board of Directors failed in its oversight role, with key strategic documents missing and major irregularities not addressed.
Not addressed. Stop for the walk.
Look at this timeline of key event at UWI response. From 2019 to 2020-25, the period covered by the audit where the documented breaches occurred. So from 2019 to 2025, a big eruption. Them do, March to August of last year, Auditor General Department conduct field work. August and October of last year, University of the Hospital.
So, Dre Bryan did an excellent job breaking that down. And it gives you guys, Stafford will go on. It gives you appear wickedness that beyond. Appear wickedness. I tell you, Father gotta go deal with them. It's happening already still. They might get exposed. excuse me, one of the biggest thing is that more Jamaican people understand is that the government has put us in a very peculiar situation as a country. And you're not going to be exempt. You think you're a labor right and whatever, you're not going to be exempt from what is to come. Everybody's gonna feel it except, you know who are gonna have, God are gonna have some mercy upon? His people. Because God's servants have been warning. God's apostles and prophets have been warning. And a lot of us out here has been scoffing at the prophets, you know, talking down. You know, some people have been massively disrespectful. You know, massively disrespectful to the apostles and the servants of God. And we are going to be punished for it. Unless we repent. Sincerely. They can't repent to God unsincerely. That's not repentance. And that is really the bottom line, guys. You understand? It's a very serious situation. Now, big up Mystic again. Come here to say, you see this clip upon all angles. Let's get to it.
A criminal, you know.
And welcome to All Angles. My name is Andrea Chisholm and I'm filling in for Dion. Now, for the first half of the program, we're going to be talking about some of the key findings and recommendations of the Auditor General's report. And it speaks about the procurement practices of the University Hospital of the West Indies. And later in the program, for the second half of the show, we're going to talk about the controversial enhanced gains. It allows athletes to use performance-enhancing drugs. But we're going to start off with the Auditor General's report. And on Tuesday, the University Hospital of the West Indies, that information was made public. So we're going to be jumping right in. We don't have time to go through every single details, but we're going to be picking out some of the highlights. My guests this evening are Dr. Gavin Mars, the new Principal Director of the National Integrity Action, NIA, and the Executive Director of the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, JAM, Jeanette Calder. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. Well, the audit focused on the University Hospital of the West Indies, as we all know, and it covered the period from the start of the fiscal year in 2019 to the end of the fiscal year in March 2025. So let's pull out one of the key findings. The Auditor General found that 51 contracts valuing $521 million that the University Hospital could not provide any procurement documentation. Let's start with you, Ms. Calder. Why is that problematic?
First and foremost, it's a breach of a law. Those laws have been put in place.
Want to hear that? It is a breach of the law. Breach. They forgot prison.
By our parliamentarians or elected representatives for the very purpose of recognizing and acknowledging the sacrifice that Jamaicans made in paying taxes so that we can have good public services and better quality of life. So when you have public officials who you have entrusted and they are abusing the authority that they have, but also the opportunity to spend in a way that can benefit you, and they do it with a disregard for the laws that are there to actually protect your assets and to help you to deliver the best services possible, then there's just a lot of concerns. There's a breakdown of trust. And the bottom line is it just affects the quality of our lives. And Andrew, let me be clear. We've talked about this from time to time. This kind of discussion is not new for me, but it is really particularly hurtful. And I had a difficult day reading the report, particularly because it was the Ministry of Health and Wellness. So when we have these kind of reports coming in about any entity, it's bad. But when it is about a ministry or an entity rather that is taking care of the most vulnerable, then it becomes a little bit more heartbreaking. It's more than just the money.
Okay. Mr. Mars, you have some people who may think that the procurement rules are neither here nor there. So in the context of this major finding from the Auditor General, I'll put the same question to you. Why is it a problem?
You know, the first time I started working for the government, I was told to make sure you take care of people's money. Yeah. You were told from earlier that my permanent secretary, I remember, said that she's afraid to wear short pants. There was this understanding from man that is people money. The University Hospital sells people, think out of a Mavis Bank, those people who work way up in the hills who plant coffee or whatever it is, and to know that there was someone or there has been an entity for 6 years flaunting rules that would make them, if they were caught, go to jail. If someone flaunts the resources that they don't have, and it is in healthcare, something that is clear for us. So think about Mavis Bank, think about Augustown, think about any community. This hospital serves them, and to know that the resources that should serve them has been misappropriated, mishandled, and the structures and systems that have been put in place that we know as Jamaicans are there as checks and balances have been flaunted, it hurts. Personally hurts.
Let's move on to...
Ladies and gentlemen, me like the new NIA appointment. National Integrity Action. The gentleman here. Yeah man, me like how him come out strong, man. Me like how him come out strong. Listen, you're not Mrs. Daniel Archer. But you know, you are you. I'm like the first step I me see you make, because first me see you speak publicly, you know, as the appointed member of the NIA. The first time I hear him speak, and mighty God, what a issue to speak on. What a issue to speak on. And he put it into context how it really affects every single member of these communities that use that hospital. And I love that. I love that. Because these people, and then, you know, Miss Janet Calder, she set it up, to be honest with you, when she spoke about the fact that any ministry that this was discovered through the Auditor General report is bad. But it's even worse because it is the health ministry. Again, another reason why Christopher Tufton needs to resign. He needs to be fired. Charges needs to be laid against the proper persons after a thorough investigation. 6 years is just blatant. Like, you literally did not have any intention. 800 plus procurement that should be filed by law, and only 20 out of the 800 was filed in a one instance in a year. Come on, man. Come on. You see, if 20 never filed, would I say, yo, you know, that's like what, 90-something%, you know, you're kind of short still. You have to look upon them and still, you know, but, you know, but so much, 700 and odd, left out the door. No, people. I'm telling you. There's no excuses for this. There's no PR. There's nothing that you should accept from this government as an excuse, and from Christopher Tufton. As a matter of fact, I challenge Andrew Holness to come out and say something. Whether you support your Minister of Health or you tell him to pull up him socks. But again, when you're politically exposed, you know, people know your business, you can't lead properly. G-Unit boss, big up. You can't lead properly.
The other key findings. The report also spoke about the fact that the UHWI frequently started the procurement process. So they began the procurement process after the goods and the services were already delivered. And
now, ladies and gentlemen, what we have eliminated from this statement is that they know that they have to. They know that there's a procurement process, and they know the right way to do it. These are not incompetent people. So we can now use deductive reasoning and say that whatever was not done or done was deliberate. And the conversation now should be, what are the proper sanctions? I want to see people in prison. They have, in this practice, jeopardized people's lives and might be indirectly and directly responsible for individuals that went to that hospital and did not make it because of these corrupt practices. Somebody needs to go to jail. I understand what you're saying, Mr. Smooth. And I agree. Favored by God, so them probably pocket the money for themselves. Right now, anything possible. Listen to me. I'm going to use a small example of how corruption can work. You working as a security at a club. You're working at the door. The door is crowded. Yes? You know, say everybody's supposed to pay at the gate and get a ticket. And if they don't have a ticket, it's your responsibility as the security not to let them in. And you decide, say, that bridging are here, bridging, you know, so you're going to let him in. While other people are paying and the cashier not see. Right? The cashier the checks and balance. You know. Right? Cashier don't see. The people have gone in at the place. No armband. No proof that them pay going. No proof that they spend their money going. Right? And what that person do is probably give you the money or even squeeze something in your pocket different way even more than what you get to that get. And then there's a continuous flow of that happening. So yeah, what is called kickbacks. You understand? You as a security turn a blind eye. When you're getting paid to not turn a blind eye. What I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, the security apparatus that is there to protect us from corruption in these institutions have been eroded, ignored, flat out, not purposefully not carried out under Christopher Tufton's leadership. He's the last supervisor. Any minister of government, he's the last eye. You remember when Andrew Wallace said that he saw gaps in the ODPEM? It is your responsibility as the minister of government, any single ministry, right, to look for those gaps and plug them so that it can work more efficiently and benefit the people of Jamaica. What has happened here, ladies and gentlemen, is that Christopher Tufton has allowed it to hemorrhage, bleed out, and our healthcare services are in a deplorable state because of this reality. Somebody needs to go to prison. The minimum I'm looking for is Christopher Tufton's resignation immediately, with immediate effect. Exactly right, John. He's the one that is signing off on these things. That's why I say he's the security. If the procurement situation is not valid, nothing should go through him. He's the one to say, stop, no, wait a minute. This is not right. Where's the proper procurement process? Where is this? Where is that? That is his responsibility as the minister. Well, let's continue.
Graphics to put this in greater context. So they bought things like 41 laptops, renovated this.
My Jamaican people, you hear that slackness? That the procurement process started after. The procurement process started after they
yes,
were ready
Mary.
giving the contracts to these people.
Mary, my number is 876-451-6535. That's 876-451-6535. You can WhatsApp me now. Alright? And listen, pictures of the Strathmore garden in Natalia's constituency. Natalie's constituency. Yeah, man, send it to me. That is Natalie Nita Garvey? Okay.
Trying now to cover their tracks.
Oh, you're talking about the scheme? Yeah, man, send it to me. Send it to me.
And this is what we are getting from the Jamaica Labour Party administration. Jamaica, we can't make up this. We can't make up this. And I'm asking the Jamaican people, right? Just as how the nurses took to the street this morning. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? We shouldn't allow this government to spend another day in the government.
Telling them,
This has been carrying on too long.
too long. Too long.
They are stealing at every chance they have gotten. We just can't make up this.
Yeah,
that you have procurement rules and guidelines to protect taxpayers.
to protect
this
us.
Administration.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to understand. These guidelines are there to protect us, the citizens of the country. As a steward, it is Christopher Tufton's job that was elected as steward of the people to ensure that these guidelines are followed. People get fired for less, ladies and gentlemen. How does Christopher Tufton still have a job? That is the question. How? Huh? Nobody don't even tell us if we take it if we go protest. Nobody is saying to be unlawful. Look what the nurses did. I don't know why this thing always go back, you know. Look what the nurses did, guys. The nurses came out. They didn't block the road. But they definitely organized and expressed themselves. Very, very cogently. They were very pellucid. Very clear. There was no misconceptions about what they went out there to protest about. They protested for change, real change, and they told you the challenges. No more CPR on the ground, no more rats, no more moles. We need beds, we need basic equipment. Right? We need to find a way to get this into international attention. I believe it's the only way, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to see real change. Forget about them trying to guilt trip you about, oh, you're disgracing Jamaica and you're tearing it down. No, the people that is doing those practices are the ones that are tearing down Jamaica. Don't let them trick you. I'm talking about trick. Mrs. Roshaw, I don't know if you watch this show, ma'am. Yes? But I admire you. Don't make them trick you neither. That lady Crystal talking about private meeting. Oh, is it a private meeting, but yet still her friend Michelle Charles could have gotten an invitation by somebody based on what she said. She heard that you were there, then oh, she hear on a private something. What channels of the private, who in the private channel link she? And why did they not link? And then, I mean, Miss Shaw, really? Really? You let that lady sit there and tell you, listen, you know, it was not necessary for me to invite you to this. It's a private thing. So you're not important. You allow them to say that to you, and you accepted that? No, mama. No, don't let them spit in your face and tell you it's raining. And I'm not trying to cause dissension, but I noticed something. And this goes back to a fundamental fact about women. You guys really, really be defending the wrongs and let it slide that other women do to you, all in the name of women power. Let it had been a man that did that. Let it have been Andrew Holmes. Only too soft towards women in the parliament, and that me notice the woman them. When them do wrong things, you don't want to call them out and give them the same venom as the man, as you I give the man them. Yeah, I said it. I've observed it. And some of you are my favorite females in the parliament, and yes, you are guilty as well. And that's what I believe, that's my opinion. And I'm saying it out of love. Stop it. All across the board, same energy. But Michelle, don't let them disrespect you like that. Stand on your authority and call out the fool. If they don't invite you, call them out. You are supposed to be their private what? And you're talking about the people's. It can't be not private. You're in your bedroom. We meet private meeting. Damn out of order. And you let her talk to you and tell her that rubbish. And you're talking about you're cool with her. Cool with what? Come on. You're my elder. I have respect for you. But don't trick you like that, man. No, don't do that woman something there. You know, we're a woman, you know, we should be cordial with each other. When I be a snake, then them a snake. Don't pet a snake, Michelle. Do not pet a snake, female or otherwise. Do not pet a snake.
Disrespect it. Darren Vaz, disrespect it.
And you see what he did, Michelle? What Michelle did now, you know. Because she has given them this latitude. There's going to be more private meetings where Michelle Charles is going to be and you're not going to be there. And you're not going to be invited because it's private. You have now given them the precedence because you have accepted the nonsense. Think about it. Think about it.
Procurement, you understand, and all buses that we didn't supposed to use, guide the entire administration. This is just unbelievable in terms of what we are hearing here. Now let us listen.
Staff clinic, occupational building, doctor's quarters, and daycare nursery, painting works and Wi-Fi building renovation, and all of that totaled $69.2 million. Dr. Mike, let me just throw that one over
Friend
to
and
you.
company. It sounds like friend and company sound like connected. It sounds.
Yo, me rate that brother there. Talk about, that is the best way you can call it out without being extremely politically correct. It appears to be friend and company business. It appears that them thief the money. Big up that brother there.
It's like there were decisions being made.
Now look at it, people. Right? Without any procurement, private company, 3 cups and dishes, $1.41 million. Total losses, $615,784. UHWI purchased the cups and dishes from private company, 3 private company for $6.9 million. Without
procurement.
Any procurement.
Wow.
Without any procurement.
Wow.
Can you make up this, my Jamaican people?
Wow.
Can we imagine that this can take place?
I tell the boy.
Can you imagine that this situation, this sort of behavior,
turn on the light, hold on.
Right? Where Andrew Honest with his PR and Christopher Tufton with his PR talking about they are looking for the best interests of Jamaicans. So let me ask Andrew Honest, let me ask Christopher Tufton, is this the way how you look right after Jamaicans as it relates to ensuring that we have good healthcare system? By denying procurement rules, breaching procurement guidelines.
I tell you.
This is totally unacceptable. And Jamaica people just lying down and taking it.
Lying down and taking it, Mr.
through things that we have no understanding of. The procurement rules does speak about how do you procure things.
And 1 second, let me just lose the graphic on the screen at this moment so that we can hear what Dr. Maz is saying, because that is another issue that we're going to be moving on to. So yes, back to you, Dr. Maz.
So it's just understand that friend and company should not be involved. There's some form of arm's length. The procurement rules are there. We have been trained, and even at my low level when I worked in government, we understand about procurement. We knew that before we procured, you did a systematic approach to this. So understanding now that there are persons who made rules in some way that to ensure that things happen. So there's the timeliness of procurement that is not happening. They ensure that there's probity, that there's value for money. These things, we just don't know what happens. And not knowing makes us wary, at the very least. Not knowing, it should make us uncomfortable.
Have you ever seen this before?
I'm so glad you asked me that, I'm sure, because let me tell you guys, I've been paying attention to procurement for a long time. While I was in government, just procuring myself as the director of the Technical Services Unit of the Ministry of Housing, serving on the National Contracts Committee, where part of my responsibility was to ensure that the process of procurement went well. I have been reading Auditor General's reports, Contractor General reports, and this one is new. And why is it all? But just think about it in Jamaica. It's not just a matter of the procurement rules. It's a level of deceit that is bothersome. You have already procured the 41 laptops. You've got them. It's been supplied. And then you take the time after that to begin to send out invitations to bid to the person who has already delivered them and to other bidders. It's an act of pretense and it is deceit. And that I have...
It is deceit. Sheila Swaby big up. Where you say, you them most weak. You know, hear them something here. People are start procurement process after goods already delivered. It is deception. It is criminal, and if you go to prison.
Come across before.
So it's like a situation, just to break it down. Yeah. For example, I buy a fridge in my house, for example, and it's after I buy that, yes, I'm going to get the invoice and the quotation.
And you're asking people, supply me with a fridge, please, but the fridge is there. And then you're putting documentation together and contracts are being posted to give the appearance that it had been done correctly, which means you really know how to do it, Andrea.
You really know how to do it and you know what is supposed to be done, but you didn't do it. It is deception. That is criminal. If you go to prison, whoever is responsible for this needs to go to prison.
I've never seen that before. It's deliberated, it is premeditated, and it is deceitful.
Of course.
So let me stay with you, Ms. Calder. So the Auditor General's report by itself on the UHWI is damning. Yeah. But when taken in the context of the tardiness in financial reporting by the Health Ministry, for example, how is the issue magnified?
Definitely. I mean, JAMP has reported almost a year ago about our concerns that we read about 11 Auditor General's reports looking at the various ministries who have been tardy in providing financial reports, and the Ministry of Health was one such. It was last $829 billion.
In terms of what Jeanette called out.
I'm going to say big optimistic sensation on YouTube, guys. That one had the video titled Birds of One Feather. You understand? Make sure your son will go over there. Zane. And you know, me when I watch Andre Midday Connection today, me did what's up. Good night, good night, good night. I was watching Andre Stevens Midday Connection today. And I see a recurring thing. And I'm not coming at anybody specifically. It's something I'm hearing all over YouTube. And I have to address it because, you know, I have real strong opinions on this. And I see that the people are divided. Everybody is talking about Mark Golding should take it to the streets. Let me explain something to you. There is a certain level of conduct that the opposition, even in opposition, has to follow. The opposition cannot be involved in any illegal, spontaneous protests. You understand what I'm saying? Who remember when the UIC president protested with the people Who did they lock up? Not the people. UIC president. Remember when the police locked up the UIC president? People are gonna say, no, but Mark Golden a big a PMP and Mark Golden a bigger this and that and red. The point I'm making is, ladies and gentlemen, you guys think that you are, so this is another moment. This is another moment to me. Hold on there, I'm going to put this out official. If you address my comrades them. I have to talk to my comrades them. Especially my comrades them. I have to talk to my comrades them. Lord have mercy, whenever I put this out there. Whoa. I think we put out this already, you know. Yeah, I save it to draft. Listen to this. We never put it out yet, you know. Mandela got prison for what? For 20 years. Elena, we are dealing with. Egla, what's up?
Engineering and mathematics. The government of Jamaica will also fund 3 additional STEM schools.
Paris, what's up? What's up, Paris? All is well? At first, I put the Chinese president on one of my posts, but it is relevant because he has been the Chinese president, yes? And Andrew want to say China will never help me to build these STEM schools. So context matter, don't I lie? Let's put this out there, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening is unacceptable in the country. I believe that, me personally, I believe that the PMP has done enough. To me, one of the things them that people want the PMP to do is damn near illegal. Yeah, you understand what I say? To me, when I hear people want the PMP to do, it's damn near illegal. Shouting in the ear and standing in protest. You notice when the PMP in a protest, it has to be a legal, orderly protest. When you can't go and bother and something there. No, it don't work. The man them have the law put in place to guard against that. And a lot of you guys want them to be like that towards Andrew because you know angry towards Andrew. Them not have, that's not their mantra, that's not what they legally by everything we have to do with them principles of law, they cannot do that. And I remember say Mark Golden is a principal and he's a lawyer, he's a lawmaker in true to his principles. You understand what I deal with? I want to show I want if this person I want me to play the audio. Alright, see that now. Where are the STEM schools, Andrew? That me want to know. Where the STEM school in there? 2019, listen to this.
And the Chinese come.
May I ask her if she want to play this song? You know, so then chair are lazy.
We may be able to have them within 3 years. Let me be clear. These schools will not be operated under the old Education Act. These schools will be created under a different framework called schools. We call these schools centers of excellence. They will be operated as academies. They will have to adhere both in their instruction and management and in how they operate as a school. They will have to adhere to the highest standards of excellence. None of this disorder and chaotic and disrespectful behavior, either on the part of students, teachers, or parents. It must be a place that when you go to those schools, you come out as being an ambassador for the best that the society has to offer. Chaka behavior. Not build a Jamaica. We cannot build a Jamaica with the chaka behavior, with the disrespectful behavior, with the informal behavior. We must build a Jamaica on the plane of respect, with our eyes cast for excellence and the highest standards. That is the kind of Jamaica that we're going to build, where people have the emotional intelligence to treat justly and fairly, man to man, woman to woman, children. Because labor rights, I'm sure you will agree with me, that sometimes it feels that there is a decay taking place in our society. And we cannot preside over a society in which its economy is growing and all the signs are showing that we are doing well, but socially we are regressing. So the path.
So in 2019, it shows that he's saying that the economy was growing, but it can't just be the economy. So you want to give a standard of a STEM school and, you know, a difference. It sounds good enough. But Andrew, where's the STEM school? From 2019 where's the STEM school, Andrew? That's my question.
Let me tell you this. This is a modern in the country. But if you know when I come from people change contracts, you know. But if you know when I come from people change contracts. And all the way at some leader that's all little thing when you can run up and down and you know. It is 2 months to walk on a school of them face and 2 we need to look fresh and clean every day. Oh no, you know. Oh no, me you know. Me don't see one back I mean, you know. With cigarette in them mouth and face scraping and I mean one move, you know. It's when it comes to the people them, when if you know yourself. You comment, the first comment you comment that PMP collect enough money. They must help them talking about the people in Westmoreland. But the money that would PMP collect, we are the labor right, they want to get up on a chat. I want PM, not even labor right, but they want PM to anchor them. When you get up on a chat about Mark Holding, the GoFundMe money, well, alright, Mark Holding. I need to tell the people that when you GoFundMe money, come to know it's GoFundMe money, never talk about. Give us some credit, come to know what we're talking about, you know. At the end of the day, even if Mark Holding and some MP they go to some GoFundMe because the Prime Minister of Jamaica refused to give the people adequate money to give the constituencies. Or the backside will that become a concern.
That no one know.
You know most people that GoFundMe, or the walk on we know most people have GoFundMe, I want to know how much money they make. How much money was made? Yeah? Mark Holding wants some clarity on it. I know, alright. Now that me asking the clarity, I'm going to say this to you. You put this boy named Kenny. You went on further in the comment section. We're going to talk about, and furthermore, Westmoreland people no want nothing good. And furthermore, Westmoreland people no want nothing good. Because I want Westmoreland people fuck you. We say one of them don't have to fuck you. You know most people there say right now, every freaking man that push their shit, and push them shit. In Trump bring in the people know what to do. You know what the taxpayer, I don't know how much taxpayers in Westmoreland, when the government of Jamaica, I collect them, and I build them 28 bank account and then 1,000 bank account, and I send them people gun.
Well, and there, at this after I press play in our last video, never did see it. Marvin did them wicked. Mighty God. Anyway, let me just do this real quick. No, sir. Somebody set off Marvin in the comment section. No, them terrible. Sometimes I don't pay them in the mind, but them terrible, you know. I have to sit up. Alright, so Jamaica, I come to talk to me. My comrade them. My brothers, my Jamaican brothers and sisters. Not just comrade, but if you're somebody that never voted and you're not a Labourite and you're of the opinion that, you know, and Mark Bowling and the PMP need to do more, what I want to say to you guys is to find out what is the job of the opposition. Find out what is the legal parameters that the opposition can take. Because it appears to me that some of the things that you guys want the opposition to do, some of them is damn near, I mean, it would go against the law in some capacity. Right? And I want you guys to remember that although the UIC president was standing up for the rights of the people in protests, in the pandemic, and the police force locked up the UIC president. Some people might say that the UIC president doesn't have the same status as Mark Golding, granted. But do you put it past Mark Golding to try and pull, Andrew Willis to try and pull that trigger? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but I have to tell you the truth, because I said this on Andre Stevens, and I stand on it. You guys are weak. You guys are weak. And I'm going to tell you why. There's a country, I don't remember the name of it, recently, that the government locked down social media. I'm talking about all types of social media, because people were using the social media to protest against what the government was doing. You know what the people did? The people went out in massive drones in the streets and protested. That protest got escalated because of the police forces. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, lives were lost both by the people in the crowd and government officials. Government officials had to flee from the country. Their premises were burnt down. Again, I'm not advocating for violence. I am saying to you, when the people collectively come together, there's no government on the face of the earth that can stop them. So if you guys just need to understand the power that you have, the legal power that you have, the lawful power that you have, and you need to exercise that lawful power unified and collectively. And Jonas was the one that said, raise your voice in concert. Thank you very much, Phoebe. Nepal. Do you know how many protests are happening around the world right now? There's protests in the UK against digital ID. There's protests in the United States against Donald Trump. Many areas in the United States, I'm talking about hundreds and thousands of people taking it to the streets. You heard what I said? There's protests in Europe. Italy, Belgium, even this Israel thing. There's protests in the Iran thing. Yo, listen. There's protests all around the world over all different types of things. There was a protest in France. There was days and days of protests in France. Jamaica, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on to let your voices raise your voice in concert collectively together? If me, a Bolo, or Andre Stevenson, or Mystic, they are Jamaica, or like a Dre Bryan, you know, and all the other vloggers them that is in Jamaica was to take it to the streets and protest. Are we there with that one lock up, you know? Are we the police them with that one lock up, you know? Because what? Them always go for the leader. Only don't need no leader. Collectively as a people, everybody does need to decide, say, oh yeah, yeah, what? Enough is enough, you know? Enough is enough. I said it on Andre, when the 4-year-old baby lost his life, allegedly by the bullet, well, the woman said, and the soldier them shoot the picnic. And she tell her story, no? Soldier them say, and the JCF say another them. Who don't believe? I know, say, I don't believe the JCF. Until they start with body on cameras, me not believe no. You understand what I say? Me not believe in nothing. The trust barrier has been depleted. But that's another conversation. What I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, when that baby lost his life, all the potential was snuffed out. That could have been the next neurosurgeon. That could have been the next Prime Minister of Jamaica or President. And none of you, nobody went and took it to the streets. Nobody. You guys are weak. Collectively, you are weak. You guys are sitting down quivering, talking about you're afraid of Andrew and you're afraid of the government, you're afraid of this. Well, keep being afraid. Because what you're going to do is to allow Andrew and his government to continue to bully you. That's all. You never hear when Desmond Mackenzie said he's not afraid of a protest and them something there. That now do nothing. You never hear what him said. They have been very bold, ladies and gentlemen, about the abuse of their authority. When you're in a school, when one bully you, when you quiver to the bully, him stop bully you or does the bully continue to bully you? If you don't show the bully a sign of strength collectively, and that you mean business, what is the bully going to do? Continue to bully you. I guess what I'm saying here, ladies and gentlemen, is not what I guess. What I'm saying is you guys are weak. You want everybody else to fight for you, but you. Collectively. Everybody. All of us have mothers, daughters, cousins, sister, brother, uncle. What they do to our fellow Jamaican, we have to be our brother's keeper. Until I see you guys serious, me not come out, me not organize no protest and go nowhere. We not have it serious. Right? When you name Durval, me hear somebody say it for Andre, him alone, and also look at other people sprinkle out their protests the other day. Protesting against the corrupt government. We don't have to get in any specifics, but we can all agree that this government is, intrinsically corrupt. It's oozing out of their ears and you know when matter come out of your eye when you wake up, them so corrupt that them face full of matter when they wake up. And the matter signifies corruption. It's oozing out of them. To come out of their ears anyway all day, corruption will come out. We can all agree. So how much more are you willing to take before you stand up for yourself? How much more are you willing to take, Jamaica? You cannot blame anybody else but yourself. Our ancestors must be turning in their grave. None of the Maroons fought for us so that we could have certain freedoms. Set the stage for independence and sovereignty and democracy. And now we have those tools. We have those laws. We have the Constitution that we should use as a tool. We have the MAGNITSKY Act. Right? That I have said to you guys. As a matter of fact, at the top of this video, you will see my number. If you want the MAGNITSKY Act, reach out to me. It is an international act that can be used to fight corruption and human rights violations in Jamaica. And we need the petition to go to 10,000. Another legal way You can help yourself. But how many of you is taking that on and pushing it? Instead of going on platforms and blaming Mark Golding and blaming the PMP. Get up and actively do something for yourselves. And ask everybody else that is serious to join in. And stop blaming Mark Golding. Mark Golding and the PMP has done their part. They have protected us when we didn't know that we needed protection. Example, the needs. Example, constitutional reform. Go and do the research. Alright? Like and share the video. That's all. Mighty God. Alright, so Jamaica come to talk to me. Alright, so Jamaica. Alright, so Jamaica come to talk to me. Alright, so Jamaica come to talk to me. Alright, man. People, that are my time, you know. That's my time. These TikTok moments, I have to make sure I post them on my YouTube, you know. Yeah. I address these issues because it needs to be said. We have to stop it, man. We have to stop it. There's nobody in the other countries them that's waiting on a politician. Stacey Wagwan. Nobody waiting on other politician. Politician to go protest. Nobody. Them they out there in the street, regular people them. You know what farmer they are Europe? Egla. Yes, alright. Splash did you big up yourself? Make sure you continue to share every day. For those who signed the petition already, make sure you put it up on your status every day until we reach the 10,000 petition amount. Every day. And journalists and the government is relentless in their pursuits and their agenda. And you have to be equal or even more relentless in pursuing your freedom or maintaining your freedom. So we don't drive into a police dictatorial kleptocratic state 100%. This is very serious. Yes, outside of the petition, I say again, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest protection is the Most High. Fasting and praying. Ask God to remove your enemy them. Domestic and foreign. That means who they yard and outside the yard. Remove your enemy them. Let them wither away like dead grass. Ask God for His protection. We're going to need it. We're going to need God's protection, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to need it like never before. I'm telling you, serious times ahead. Make sure that you guys go to a word and a verse on TikTok. And for the persons on TikTok, make sure that you go to my bio and subscribe to my YouTube and watch my YouTube videos. This live stream is on there. So if you miss something, you can go on there and watch the replay. I've been on here for what? Almost 3 hours. You understand? God bless you guys, man. But let's not be weak anymore. It's time for us to stand up for ourselves and stop looking to other people to do so. And I'm talking about we the people collectively. Nobody is more powerful than we the people. Why you think the devil agents want to depopulate the earth? Because they know power in numbers, baby. So they cannot have any real control until the numbers go down. That's a whole other conversation. God bless you. Look more. All right.